Good morning. This morning our thought for the day is on one of my favourite Psalms, 139, and I'm going to read it from the New International Version. For the Director of Music of David, a Psalm. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. If only you, God, would slay the wicked. Away from me, you who are bloodthirsty. They speak of you with evil intent. Your adversaries misuse your name. Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? I have nothing but hatred for them. I count them my enemies. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. I almost don't want to say anything. I think it's so beautiful. It's one of the Psalms that I often come back to, and we often associate it with birth. I remember looking over our two boys when they were each born and treasuring the fact that God knew every little hair on their head and was concerned about everything they were going to do as they grew up. But today I want to reflect briefly on this psalm at this moment in a global pandemic. A moment when many of us are preparing to pop our little family bubbles and return to school and work, to leave the safety of our homes and gardens and venture further afield. A moment when we might be anxious and afraid of what the autumn will bring. Psalms are like diary entries. They're a reflection of how the psalmist was feeling as much as what they were thinking. And David here is all up and down with his emotions, like many of us have been recently. We need to read Psalms with our heart as much as with our head. And for me, I find it helpful to know that I'm not the first one to cry out to God in this way. There's the awkward verses too that we often skim over, especially when we're thinking about newborns and little tiny babies. The words that record David saying, "If only you, God, would slay the wicked." But David was facing enemies. And today, each one of us has something opposing us, something that might be causing us anxiety or fear. When I was looking into this psalm this morning, I found an article by the wonderful theologian Tom, or N.T. Wright, who spoke of how this particular psalm helped him through a period of really deep depression in his 30s. He describes the psalm and the way that a counsellor helped him use it as one of the foundations of the staircase that led me out of the pit and into the light. For as Tom Wright says, what is dark to us is clear to God. And so this morning, may you read it again. And whatever darkness or fear or anxiety you might be facing, may you know that sense of God's peace as you ask him to lead you in the way everlasting. Amen.